Greetings and welcome to the Astronomy Picture of the Day podcast. Today's picture is titled "The Sky Turns Above Paranal." So, what do we see here? Well, here we're looking at the Paranal Observatory of the European Southern Observatory in Chile at a latitude of about 25 degrees south of the equator. And in the foreground, we see the telescope known as AT3, one of the auxiliary telescopes of this observatory. And what was done was to take the camera and set it up here pointing toward the observatory, but looking up into the sky. So we're really looking at the star trails there. And this is not a single image. This is actually 300 images, each 25 seconds long, that were then put together digitally to show how the sky rotates over the course of the night. And we see towards the center the south celestial pole. For those of us in the north, we're used to looking at the north celestial pole. Well, when you're south of the equator, the north pole is below the horizon and the south pole is in the sky. Now, if you notice, if you look towards the pole there, it's a very empty space. Those of us in the northern hemisphere are used to seeing a star pretty close to the pole. That's the star Polaris, which happens to be very close to the pole right now. In the southern hemisphere, there is no bright star near the south celestial pole, so other methods are used to try to be able to identify it. One easy way to see it is by taking images like this and putting them together, and therefore we can see how all of the concentric circles seem to converge on one point in the sky, getting smaller and smaller as you get closer and closer to the pole. The farther you are away from the pole, the greater the circle the stars make. Now, in reality, we know it's not the stars doing the moving. The stars are out there in space. This is Earth's rotation that we're seeing. The Earth spins on its axis, and therefore everything in the sky appears to rise in the east and set in the west as the Earth rotates from west to east. And that's what causes everything, whether it be the sun, the moon, or the stars or planets, to rise and set, is Earth's rotation. And it can very easily be imaged with just a camera in an image like this. Now, as we look further out, you can see all the different stars, and you'll notice that they're very colorful. We get a lot of blue stars, some red stars, and some that look a little white patterns that we see. The coloring of the star tells us about its temperature. The hotter a star is, the more energetic light it produces. So it'll tend to produce, a very hot star will produce ultraviolet light and therefore will look bluish in the sky. A very cool star will emit infrared light and will look red. Now, we can't see the other light, so we can't see ultraviolet or infrared directly. You can with specific telescopes, but when we look at them with our eyes, we tend to see blue and red stars, telling us about the hotter blue stars and the cooler red stars. And you can very easily see that in this image as some of the trails look very blue, others look very red. So that was our picture of the day, titled "The Sky Turns Above Paranal." We'll be back again tomorrow for the next picture. So until then, have a great day, everyone, and I will see you in class.